Huh? What are you doing? Open up. That's right, even with all this, Mateo is already mine, you know. Watching the two of them yelling at each other through the window, I was quietly making up my mind. My name is Sophia. I'm 35 years old, in a dual-income family, with a 4-year-old daughter named Chloe. My husband, Mateo, and I have been together since high school and college, a pretty long relationship. He's kind and a bit pitiful at times, but he's a husband I can respect and a cute daughter. You'd think we have a breezy life, but since Chloe was still in my belly, some concerning things started to surface. Hey, I feel too sick to cook because of morning sickness. I feel bad, but can you eat out today? Huh? You had the day off today, so you had plenty of time. Then, you should be able to make dinner. It's my day off, sure, but because of the morning sickness, it's hard even to be near you while he's eating, so I want you to eat out. What a drag, don't use pregnancy as an excuse to slack off. Mateo grumbled and went out. Mateo, I'm in my late pregnancy and it's hard to move around because of the baby bump. Can you please help out with the housework? I'm tired, let me rest on my days off. We're both working, I'm tired too. But they say it's better to stay active for childbirth. Oh, and I'm gonna go out for drinks tonight. Again? I might feel worse, you know. I wish you'd cut back on the alcohol. Once the baby comes, it'll be hard to go out drinking, right? Let me go while I still can. I'll be back soon. Before Chloe was born, Mateo helped with the housework, but now he makes excuses and rarely helps. On top of that, he started going out more often. And after Chloe was born, hey Mateo, Chloe is crying, can you hold her? You should do it. It seems like Chloe feels more at ease with her mother, after all. Mateo, you're a father. Change her diapers, feed her milk. I'm not good at it, and that's supposed to be the mother's job, he always makes excuses. Moreover, the relationship with my mother-in-law changed after Chloe was born. Before Chloe, we had a good relationship, but after she was born, my MIL started coming over every weekend. Mother-in-law, isn't it hard for you to come every week? I can visit you instead, so you don't have to strain yourself. Oh, is there some inconvenience with me coming here? No, not at all. I'm just worried it might be too much for you. Don't treat me like an old lady. I want to see Chloe. Is it wrong to visit my granddaughter? Although she speaks sharply, she helps with housework and childcare, which is honestly a relief, but her true intentions remain a mystery. It's nice of mother-in-law to help, but her coming every weekend doesn't give me a break, and I worry it's a burden on her. Besides, I want to raise Chloe with Mateo, not mother-in-law. What's the big deal? Mom wants to see Chloe and comes by herself. It gives us a break, and she gets to spend time with Chloe. It's good for everyone, so don't worry about it, Mateo would say, getting nowhere. I decided it's better not to expect anything from Mateo and do my best alone, managing work, housework, and childcare on weekdays, and accommodating my mother-in-law on weekends. This went on for about 4 years until one day. Sophia, I was thinking I'd take Chloe out for the day, just the two of us. Really? Are you sure? I've always left it to you, so I thought it'd be nice to do it for once. Thank you, I'm really happy. But, going out with Chloe just the two of you can be pretty tough, are you sure you're okay with it? It's just for one day, it'll be fine. Don't worry so much. So, I'm gonna take Chloe to the big park. Got it. I think Chloe will be really happy. Take care. And by the time I finished organizing and cleaning the house, which I hadn't been able to do for a while, Mateo and Chloe came back. Welcome back, both of you. Did you have fun today? Yeah, it was fun. Right, Chloe? Yeah. Hey, Chloe, you seem a bit down. What's wrong? Oh, I got a bit angry with her halfway through, so she's pouting. She'll cheer up eventually. Just leave her be. Mateo said that and quickly went off to the living room alone to check his phone. However, Chloe wouldn't leave my side all day, acting like a baby that follows you around, which was definitely concerning. Hey Chloe, what's wrong? Did something happen at the park today? Mommy, will you always be Chloe's mommy? You won't change? Eh? Of course, I'll always be your mommy. I'm not going anywhere. For real? Really?
Really, so don't worry. Why would you think that?
While playing with Daddy, a lady came over. Daddy said that lady was gonna be the new mommy. A new mommy for Chloe. He said a new mommy would be better than the old one.
Hearing Chloe's words with tears in her eyes made me feel like the blood was draining from my face.
And then? Did you play with that lady? I didn't want to. I don't need a new mommy. But Daddy got really angry with me, so I cried.
I see. That must have been hard for you. It's okay. Mommy will always be here for you. Holding Chloe in my arms, I could feel my anger rising. Mateo must be cheating. I can't forgive him for hurting Chloe. And a few months after this incident, another event occurred. I went to pick up Chloe from daycare and noticed a woman's shoes as I opened the front door of our house. I told Chloe to wait and quietly went inside. Although nobody was in the living room, I could hear voices from outside.
Seriously, Mateo, doing this here? Come on, you're into it, too. It's thrilling, isn't it?
Holding my breath, I crept closer to the balcony and, to my shock, Mateo was engaged in an act with a woman. After confirming what they were doing, I locked the door with a loud click.
What was that noise? Is that standing there? Pleased to meet you, mistress. I'm the wife of the guy you're with. Sophia! Why are you here? Weren't you supposed to be at work late today? Chloe's daycare had a flu outbreak and they closed the class, so I went to pick her up. Chloe is fine for now. But Mateo, shouldn't you be at work instead? Shut up, it's none of your business. Open the door, will you? No, in this situation, how could it not be my business? It's still bright outside, and you choose to do this? What are you, animals in heat?
As Mateo and I exchanged words, the woman beside Mateo stood with a sulky face.
Hello again, mistress. Or should I say, Luna? How do you know my name? I'll explain that in detail later. Don't act so high and mighty. I've heard a lot from Mateo. You, forcing him to do housework even though he's working hard. It's pitiful he comes home tired and you expect that from him. I wouldn't make him do that. I'd comfort him as soon as he comes home. That's why he's leaving you. Oh, is that so? I'll listen to whatever you have to say later. For now, just wait there since we're not ready for you yet.
I quickly drew the curtains. They started yelling and banging on the glass window. Ignoring them, I walked back to the entrance.
Chloe, sorry for making you wait. Something came up, so please wait here for a bit.
After asking Chloe to wait, I started making phone calls.
Hello, Dad? Are you still at work? No, about to leave soon. What's up? There's something I need you to see. Could you come to my house? Sure, no problem.
Sorry for the rush. Thank you.
It's nothing. Just wait for me.
After hanging up with my father, I called my in-laws.
Hello, father-in-law? Yes, Sophia. What's going on? I need you and mother-in-law to see something important. Could you both come over? All right, we'll head over together. Thank you. I appreciate it.
After ending the call with Fael, Chloe seemed to brighten up, realizing her grandparents were coming. I made a few more calls after that. About an hour after locking them out, I finally opened the curtains. Unlocking the door, the two came in with displeased faces.
It took you long enough. You could have just opened the door. Locking us out won't change anything. Don't bother resisting. Mateo is mine now.
Entering with complaints, they finally noticed there were several other people in the house besides me.
Hey, what's this? As Luna here suggested, since Mateo's heart seems to be elsewhere, I've invited various people to have a discussion. Let's have a proper conversation in front of everyone.
In the living room were my father, in-laws, and some mutual friends. By the way, Chloe is being entertained in another room by one of our friends. This allows us to have a conversation without worrying about Chloe overhearing.
Let's start with discussing the most recent event from today, shall we? What's this about? You're making some weird misunderstanding, aren't you? Weird misunderstanding? You think we're romantically involved? She's not like that. Jumping to conclusions and dragging others into this mess is utterly bothersome. Then, what were you two doing alone on the balcony?
Oh, that was just us talking about work. She's a temp at our company, and I often give her advice. We just happened to be near my house while out and stopped by.
There's no need to go to the balcony for that.
That's just it. We were just looking at the scenery when you suddenly came in and locked the door.
It's my house, so I should be able to come back whenever I want, right? Claiming you were just looking at the scenery, how can you even say that? Aren't you embarrassed after being caught in the act like this?
I showed a photo on my smartphone to Matteo. In the photo, Matteo's pants and underwear were pulled down around his feet, facing Luna.
No matter how you look at it, it doesn't seem like you were just looking at the scenery. At least, Luna is turning her back to it. When did you? I took the photo right before I locked you two out. I didn't want any excuses like the one you just tried to give. I thought you would notice because of the sound of the camera, but you didn't. You were too absorbed in Luna.
As I said this with a hint of sarcasm, Matteo turned bright red and fell silent.
Even without this photo, it was clear you were having an affair with Luna. What do you mean by that?
It means you're too late. I have plenty more evidence of your affair besides this.
What? Were you deceiving me? The one deceiving here is you. Look at these piles of photos.
Saying that, I scattered a large number of photos across the table. All were of Matteo and Luna. There were photos of them holding hands affectionately, entering love hotels, and some even showed them engaging in acts outside or in a car, like today.
What is this? You were taking photos secretly.
Yes. The day you took Chloe out and introduced her to this woman, I was convinced of the affair and started collecting evidence from that day on.
How did you know I introduced Chloe to her? Who else but Chloe would tell me? She promised to keep it a secret from Mommy. A 4-year-old can't keep secrets from her mother. Ironically, it's because you hardly ever involve yourself in parenting that I managed to collect all this evidence without you knowing. You and Chloe barely talk, which worked in my favor this time. Damn it. Doing this in front of so many people, it's cowardly. That's rich coming from you. Dumping all the housework and childcare on your wife while you have fun with another woman.
As I countered, Matteo looked down awkwardly and remained silent. I then turned to Luna, who was looking away with a sullen expression.
I'll be seeking alimony from you as well. You knew he was married, didn't you? So what? Matteo will surely pay the alimony, right, Matteo?
Well, doesn't seem likely. I'll be seeking alimony and child support from Matteo as well. Matteo is a top employee, so he should be able to handle it, right? This apartment is Matteo's, isn't it? If you're planning to divorce, pack your bags and leave already. Excuse me? What have you been telling her, Matteo?
What do you mean?
Confused Luna and Matteo avoiding eye contact. I decided it was time to tell Luna the truth. The apartment is in my name, not jointly with Matteo, but solely mine. So, upon divorce, neither you nor Matteo have any rights to stay here. I'd like you to pack up and leave as soon as possible.
No way! But he works at such a good company, he could easily afford an apartment like this.
That's not how it works. You're what, 20? It's understandable not to have a grasp on financial concepts yet, but you should learn a bit about how the world works. Not many can just easily afford an apartment. I earn more, so I took out the mortgage on this place. Sure, if Matteo was really the elite employee at that company, maybe he could have taken out the mortgage and even covered the alimony.
What do you mean? Matteo is an employee at that company, right? let me have my father explain that part.
As I said that, my father stood beside me and began to speak.
Hello, Matteo. Long time no see. Long time no see. Luna, was it? You're a temp at our company, right? Your company? Matteo and I work at the same company, where I currently hold the position of Executive Vice President. Executive Vice President? That's like really high up, right? Well, it's a position with a fair amount of responsibility. Matteo was recommended by me to join our company. So, you mean he got in through connections? Well, if you want to put it that way, yes.
My father explained with a wry smile as I reminisced about the past. While everyone around us was securing jobs, Matteo was the only one without an offer.
Why do I keep getting rejected? Matteo, you have a good reputation at your part-time job. So, my strengths can't be recognized unless I'm actually working? That puts me at a huge disadvantage in job hunting. What should I do? There's a company out there that will appreciate what Matteo has to offer. Come on, cheer up. Let's go to the career services office first.
While encouraging a dejected Matteo, I casually mentioned this conversation at home.
Matteo seems to be struggling to get any job offers, and it's really getting him down. Do you think there's any advice you could give for his interviews? Well, let me think about it. Could you invite Matteo over to our house?
Having known Matteo for a long time, my father had already met him. When I told Matteo about it, he was thrilled to receive advice and happily came over. After giving Matteo some interview advice, my father said something unexpected.
Actually, our company can recommend one person. Of course, there's an interview, but it's considerably easier to get in compared to the regular new grad exams. Though, the terms might be a bit less favorable compared to regular new grad hires. If you really can't secure a job offer, maybe think of this as a last resort? Really? Your company is a major manufacturer and very popular, isn't it? Glad to hear you say that. Well, the terms might not be as good, and you probably have your own aspirations, so just think of this as an option. It might make job hunting a bit less stressful. No, I don't really have a specific dream or a company I want to work for, so your offer means a lot to me. I'd love to join your company. Are you sure you want to decide so quickly? I've said it before, but the terms are less favorable compared to other new grads, and more importantly, you'd be working at the same company as me. Won't it be awkward? It's a lifelong decision, you should think it over. I respect you a lot, father-in-law, and I'm happy to work together. Besides, it might be awkward if Sophia and I were to separate, but I plan to be with Sophia for life, so there's no problem at all. Well, that's good to hear. Knowing you as a person, it'd be reassuring to work together. I'll put in a recommendation for you, so let's practice for the interview. Thank you so much.
Sometime later, Matteo's job offer was confirmed. Although Matteo is well liked for his personality, his actual job performance is just average, and he doesn't seem to have any ambition for career advancement. As his peers advanced, Matteo's salary remained on the lower end within the company due to the starting difference. However, he seemed to be earnestly engaged in his work, and since I was also working, we weren't financially struggling.
It's very disappointing, Matteo. As the person who recommended you and as Sophia's father-in-law, it's a misunderstanding. I still love Sophia and... Which mouth is saying that? To hurt the person you love and then make excuses afterward.
My usually calm father raised his voice, causing Matteo to freeze.
Ruining my reputation is one thing, but insulting Sophia is something you'll have to atone for the rest of your life. Insult, that's not. Is there a greater insult? Both of you working, yet you leave all the housework and childcare to Sophia, and on top of that, you indulge in affairs. I'm very disappointed in you. No, that was just... I was led astray by this woman. Me? You're talking about me? You said you bought this apartment in cash and that if you were earning well, you wouldn't have me do housework or childcare, I'd just relax at home. If I knew you were a nepotism hire and earning less than your wife, I wouldn't have bothered with you. How stupid. What, you're saying if you hadn't seduced me, none of this would have happened? You're the one who came on to me, thinking I was an elite employee. If I knew it would be like this, I would have chosen someone else. What? Enough already!
Shouted by my father again, the two instantly silenced.
I don't want to hear any more of this ugly fighting. Both of you, be prepared for the consequences.
Matteo's face went pale at my father's declaration, and Luna sulked again. After a moment of silence, suddenly, the sound of crying broke out. Looking over, my mother-in-law was in tears. Please, don't cry, mother-in-law.
I'm so sorry for having such a son, Sophia.
No, mother-in-law, it's not your fault at all. Please don't apologize.
It's ultimately my fault for causing Sophia pain. I'm as guilty as this foolish son of mine. He lied to me, saying Sophia was the one having an affair, to make me keep an eye on her while he was the one cheating. It's just disgraceful.
Matteo remained silent, looking down, possibly unsettled by his mother's tears. When I had gathered enough evidence of Matteo's affair, I decided to report it first to my father and in-laws. Considering my mother-in-law's usual behavior, there was a chance she might defend Matteo, her son. That's why I wanted to see their reaction in advance. My father, of course, said he would stand by me, so together we went to my in-laws' house.
I'm sorry for coming over to your house like this. Not just because of my son, but our company is indebted to your firm as well.
Please stop. I'm here today just as Sophia's father. As I always say, that's irrelevant here, so no need to be tense. I appreciate you saying that. So, Sophia, what brings you here today? I wanted to discuss something about Matteo. I explained about Matteo's affair, presenting the evidence I had gathered. I can't continue this marriage with Matteo any longer. I plan to divorce him and request alimony and child support. Glancing at my in-laws after saying this, my father-in-law looked horrified at the photos, while my mother-in-law appeared dumbfounded. I had expected an aggressive response from my mother-in-law, but when she said nothing, I couldn't help but speak up. Mother-in-law, what's wrong?
Hey, who was doing the housework and childcare?
As I explained earlier, I've been handling all of it alone. Matteo used to help with the chores before I got pregnant, but for some reason, he stopped once I was pregnant, and he hardly did anything for childcare. It seems he met this woman during my pregnancy, so maybe she said something to him.
But Matteo told me you weren't doing any housework or childcare, and he was having a tough time. And while he said he was busy with work, he was actually having an affair.
Is that why you've been coming over every weekend?
Matteo said it would help if you did the chores on weekends, and he made me come because he said you would go out with your affair partner if I didn't.
I think he had you watching me so he could have affairs in the meantime. I have tons of photos of him going out on weekends.
I've been deceived by Matteo. What a foolish son. I'm really sorry, Sophia.
As mother-in-law began to sob, and father-in-law bowed his head in apology, I asked for their cooperation when it came time to talk with Matteo. Both nodded in agreement, though I never imagined the conversation would unfold in such a way.
This foolish son. The executive vice president's company is a major client of my company. The executive VP assured me work wouldn't be affected, but to smear mud on both our faces like this. Have some shame.
Surprisingly, Matteo glared at me amid,
What are you doing? Open up. That's right, even with all this, Matteo is already mine, you know.
Watching the two of them yelling at each other through the window, I was quietly making up my mind. My name is Sophia. I'm 35 years old, in a dual-income family, with a 4-year-old daughter named Chloe. My husband, Matteo, and I have been together since high school and college, a pretty long relationship. He's kind and a bit pitiful at times, but he's a husband I can respect and a cute daughter. You'd think we have a breezy life, but since Chloe was still in my belly, some concerning things started to surface.
Hey, I feel too sick to cook because of morning sickness. I feel bad, but can you eat out today? Huh? You had the day off today, so you had plenty of time. Then, you should be able to make dinner. It's my day off, sure, but because of the morning sickness, it's hard even to be near you while he's eating, so I want you to eat out. What a drag, don't use pregnancy as an excuse to slack off.
Mateo grumbled and went out.
Mateo, I'm in my late pregnancy and it's hard to move around because of the baby bump. Can you please help out with the housework? I'm tired, let me rest on my days off. We're both working, I'm tired too. But they say it's better to stay active for childbirth. Oh, and I'm gonna go out for drinks tonight. Again? I might feel worse, you know. I wish you'd cut back on the alcohol. Once the baby comes, it'll be hard to go out drinking, right? Let me go while I still can. I'll be back soon.
Before Chloe was born, Mateo helped with the housework, but now he makes excuses and rarely helps. On top of that, he started going out more often. And after Chloe was born, hey Mateo, Chloe is crying, can you hold her?
You should do it. It seems like Chloe feels more at ease with her mother, after all. Mateo, you're a father. Change her diapers, feed her milk.
I'm not good at it, and that's supposed to be the mother's job, he always makes excuses. Moreover, the relationship with my mother-in-law changed after Chloe was born. Before Chloe, we had a good relationship, but after she was born, my MIL started coming over every weekend.
Mother-in-law, isn't it hard for you to come every week? I can visit you instead, so you don't have to strain yourself. Oh, is there some inconvenience with me coming here? No, not at all.